Hello, everybody. Good evening. This is Wednesday afternoon. It is time for the Week 7 Power Rankings show. Um, remind myself the last week. Oh, yeah, I got my fucking ass handed to me, by Jared. Payback for dropping him in the rankings, I guess. Not giving his guys a lot of respect and just criticizing his quarterback situation. Getting too excited about Prescott's injury. I had a strong comeback from that. Gordy got his first win. Congratulations, Gordy. Um, Zach has won 3 in a row, and East pulled away to have a strong, commanding lead in first place at 6-1 with a really dominant effort. So we're gonna get things rolling in week 8, assuming that these rankings are assuming that a trade hasn't gone through that is up for vote right now. So if you didn't vote, please vote if you're watching this. Um, yeah, let's just jump right into it. Number 8, it's your boy JG. Um, he did get his first win, which was great. Um, I would have to say that the loss of OBJ certainly hurts. Uh, the receiving core on this team is not strong. The running back situation are, they're both in timeshares, and Breeze just hit or miss based on the matchups. You know, I think Melvin Gordon and Clyde Edwards-Helaire are probably going to be like high RB2s the rest of the year. Um, you're getting really nice weeks out of Cole Beasley and Christian Kirk, and Juju just had a great week. At least those guys have great passing games right now. Don't love Landry even as a number one. You spent a lot on Sterling Shepard. Don't know if we're going to be able to rely on that much longer. Hunter Henry's just okay at the tight end position. So still need probably a receiver upgrade, even though you do have Godwin who was hurt, which kind of sucks. At least your team's taking form. I think just rolling Brady out that every week, rolling out those running backs, you'll know what they'll get you every week. They have potential to go off, and then those receivers are getting a lot of fantasy points right now. So just keep it rolling. In the 7th spot, down 3 this week, is myself. I thought that I certainly needed to drop, but I gave a lot of teams ahead of me the benefit of the doubt just because I had such a terrible week. I'm really banged up right now. Patrick Superstar has played 2 games in bad weather. Have been able to get it going passing game, so he's taking a slump. He's taking a dip. Generation Metcalf got like 5% of the workload that Tyler Lockett got the other 95%. So he had a poor week. CeeDee Lamb did nothing. That quarterback situation's a nightmare. David Johnson can't even go off against the Packers. I don't think James Conner scored this past week, despite like a heavy scoring game. The best part about my team as of right now is probably Julio Jones being healthy and getting Dalvin Cook back this week. Probably still, maybe aside Chris, like the 3 best receivers per team. I'm happy to get Cook back soon, even though the running backs are playing pretty decent. I just need stronger output out of my quarterback for the last few weeks, and I got to figure out my flex situation because it's pretty shitty right now with Edelman falling off and Samuel being hurt now, and I have Carlos Hyde. We'll see if he plays. So if I went down, Noom, you went up. I had to jump you, even though you have 3 less wins than me. I think you're the better team. Danger Russ, incredible. Despite all the picks that he threw, he's still incredible and dominant and the MVP and all that. I like George Kittle despite a slow week from him. You had really nice game from Antonio Gibson, who's clearly the man, and the offense is like revolving around him. Mike Davis, slow game, but still, like he'll probably get one more week, considering the Panthers play tomorrow, I believe, on a short week. The receivers aren't spectacular as of late. Do you have someone hurt? You gotta have someone just like on a bye or someone hurt. Well, yeah, Michael Thomas. I forget all the fucking time, right, man? But like A-Rob, um, steady. Brandon Cooks really good lately, and Devontae Parker. We'll see how he does with Tua. I'm very hopeful. Um, but the best thing about this team, other than Russ, obviously, you got some pretty reliable running backs right now. We got Kareem Hunt, who you can't be disappointed with. His production's been really strong with Baker. Um, and I'm giving a new nickname out. I'm sorry, Noom, because I know that these cursed, um, what was it? Jones McRonald and Pastro World both had bad games. Everybody hates these, but Todd Gurley just keeps scoring and having like 3 yards per carry. He basically just falls into the end zone, even when he's not trying to. He just can't break off anything. He's only scoring touchdowns. That's why he's so productive. Because of his roots in LA, him playing for the Rams, I'm calling him the Ramp. He has no wheels anymore. He can't really catch. He's just falling forward, and most of the time he's at the 3 yard line, the 2 yard line, the 1 yard, and that's how it is. He's the Ramp. He's got some terrible yards per carry. Staying at 5 this week is Zach. Third consecutive victory. I had you higher, but I was considering teams that I had too low. A week ago. But Murray 30, amazing. Second best in terms of average. And the running backs look great, and Henry and Swift is legitimate. I like the tight end has finally seen some light with Gronkowski being revived. Your flex receivers scare you. I think Mike Evans is in that boat, and T. Higgins certainly. And I'm not even including Hollywood as a starter. Like you got some competent flexes that can definitely score touchdowns. Erica, despite the snow, had a good game. Travis Fulgham, still getting it done. They have like no weapons out there, especially Ertz now hurt and Sanders. Like Fulgham's, he's also legitimate. I hate to use that word again. And then the second nickname, I have to bite it too because AJ Brown had his third consecutive 20-plus point game. That's like my go-to, somebody going off consistently. He's been a beast. He's a Titan. He is playing out of his mind. He's been a fantasy monster. And because he's playing great on, the big stage and close games, I'm giving him the nickname the Titantron. Titantron is the big screen where you see the wrestlers like the WWE like entrance videos because he's Titan, sort of like Megatron, I guess. The Titantron. He shows up on the big stage. He's a character. He's a boy. He's definitely a top 10 receiver right now. Moving up to this week, pretty unfairly ranked. Last week is the East. You're back up to 4. Rodgers is your starter right now. I think that I hate to be forgetting right now. Josh Allen, yeah, Josh Allen's been iffy lately. So Aaron Rodgers has been really strong. He's your guy. Zeke Elliott, one of the Cincinnati backs. You're also decimated by injuries. One of the Cincinnati backs, whoever it is, doing pretty good RB2 numbers. The Hurt Lockett, that's I don't know about you guys, but that's the most points I've ever seen from like anyone who's not a quarterback. Maybe even a quarterback, but like a 53. I've never seen anything like that. I know Will Fuller's had his games. I know Devontae Adams regularly puts like 40. I know McCaffrey and Kamara have been crazy. Julio himself, like a 53 is nuts. So the Hurt Lockett's back. Mini USA, doesn't matter who's throwing. He's getting the ball. Cooper Kupp's still really good as a starter. DJ Moore had 2 touchdowns. Teddy Bridgewater. TJ Hawkinson scored the last second touchdown. He gets connection with Stafford. Your flex right now, there's so many hurt players. I consider it Bell. But anyway, East, like really solid. Again, that's your strength is like quietly stud quarterback, stud running backs, great receivers, not elite but great receivers, and just consistently putting up points. 3 down to this week is Levy. Lost again, and Ken Drake got hurt, and Chase Claypool didn't do anything, and Claypool did nothing, and Kelsey had a bad game. I know the snow. Robert Woods couldn't do anything. Chris Carson just got hurt, so it's shitty right now. It's not fun. Kamara Onana, Calvin Ridley, Terry McLaurin, no signs of falling off ever. But this RB2 situation bites again with David Montgomery, always having projection up his asshole, which is never going to hit. Travis Kelce, Pastor World, solid, superb. Yeah, like he's still great. Hasn't been that strong lately, if I'm being honest. Like he's very good receiver 3. So yeah, just a slow week for you. Didn't have Lamar. I think that starting to pick up wins would certainly help your case in these rankings. And yeah, I know. Like if you still want to talk trades, I think that, and I know you do have Carson, but you can, with Drake out, you're considerably weak at running back apart from Kamara, and Carson whenever he comes back, you're loaded with receivers. So we'll see. I just think that you have to take a step down to the 2 guys obviously who are ahead of you now. The first one being Drew, who's up 1. Yeah, things are great for your team right now. Deshaun Watson rolling without Bill O'Brien. Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson didn't play last week, but they're still phenomenal. Will Fuller never falls off. He's solid as ever. Tyler Boyd, very solid as ever. So those are 4 effective punch in the mouth wide receivers. DJ Chark, still in that category, despite I think he had a slow week. Tight ends are kind of a toss up with you, but they do get you at least 9 or 10, whoever they are. Tight ends are weak this year. Kind of slow with the running backs right now. I know that Josh Jacobs didn't have an O-line, but still, that's nothing what you can want out of an RB1. The Ram situation's an absolute train wreck. Absolute train wreck. I think Darrell Henderson's super talented. I think that Cam Akers should get more work. I think Malcolm Brown is a good goal line guy. They're all straight fucking you up. And if Aaron Jones doesn't play again this week, at least you got Jamal Williams. So it was good. It's been a good week for you. I don't think. Yeah, you lost to East, but still, I like the team right now. I like Watson. Just got to get the running backs a little back on track, and the receivers can hopefully just explode against Green Bay. And number 1 is Rad. I know I was so confident about Levy being number 1 and Rad falling off a bit, but things look incredible again. All it really takes is Rad's team. While Levy's might be more consistent in how they produce, I think that Rad is certainly the scariest. He has the most potential to go off. Good matchups aside, whatever. Your quarterback's got to be Justin Herbert moving forward. He has been elite. He's been very good, and the defense can't really get off the field. So he certainly has plenty of opportunities, especially with that Eckler to throw the ball. James Robinson, didn't want to curse him, even though he had a great week. He's a certified RB1, and the RB2 is a carousel, but Jones McDonald still good, Jonathan Taylor still good, Myles Gaskin quietly good. I think that you should trade him. I would trade him because there's a lot of teams that I mentioned that just have running back problems, and a lot of running backs are hurt. Devontae Adams is a fucking beast. I hate looking at this team again. It's just giving me PTSD from Sunday. Not even 6 o'clock Sunday, but 1:30 I was toast. I was burnt toast by Adams and fuck, like Allen and Galladay. If I'm not even going anywhere. Hopkins beast. I think outside of I think the only guy I think that the two guys I would want in fantasy if receivers would be Adams and Hopkins, and then Galladay is very strong, stupid as a wide receiver 3. Keenan Allen a stupid flex. Waller Green's still fucking solid. Have to put him in the category of Kittle and Pastor you know, so as I'm looking at all this, like the teams with the strongest receivers are certainly ahead of everybody with the stronger running backs. Some of the great quarterbacks are, have losing records as of late, and the okay ones, the flip floppy ones, like they're at the top. Rad's team is very scary right now, 5-2, and I think that I'm not certainly confident that he'll stay there. I just know that he's the scariest for sure, especially knowing that he is an RB1 now, especially knowing that he is, the I didn't even consider Adams, Hopkins, and Galladay. That's way better than what I have and what Levy has, if I'm being honest. Excuse me. Yeah, I hope Herbert gets the call. Hope he gets the ball every Sunday when you roll him out there. So 8 is JG, 7 is me, 6 is Noom, 5 is Zachariah, 4 is East, 3 is Levy, 2 is Drew, 1 is Rad. Probably subject to change. I assume a trade's going to come through or it's going to be reworked, whatever. We're still a little far from the trade deadline, so don't worry about that. We got some cool matchups this week. I play the 1-6 JG finally, and I know that you guys are hoping that I get upset, and I'm not saying it's out of the question. We got Zach against Rad. Zach going for 4 straight victories, and if Zach wins, think about this. If I said this like a few weeks ago, and Rad won 7 in a row, and Zach couldn't win, save his life. If Zach beats Vasta, he will be 1 game back of him. East plays the pair. That's first versus, first versus the worst. That'd be really interesting. Right now, Josh is projected to beat East. And then we got the battle of the 4 and 3s, which will almost certainly be the breaker for third place between Bobby Trees and Slippery Lemon. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. We got some killer projections. Hopefully keep seeing some trades now that we know like a lot of running backs are hurt, and we see our depth is pretty assured at this point. That's it. Let me know how much you hate those. All right. See ya.